From concept to constellation, the rise of 20 private satellite firms transforming global communication. Introduction. The landscape of global communication has undergone a seismic shift with the emergence of private satellite firms. Over the past decade, advancements in technology coupled with an increasing demand for connectivity have given rise to numerous companies focused on deploying satellite constellations capable of providing global internet coverage and facilitating data transfer across various sectors. This report delves into the transformative impact of these firms, their applications, technological innovations, regulatory challenges, and future implications for global communication. Overview of private satellite firms. The surge in private satellite companies began in the early 2010s with notable players like SpaceX, OneWeb, Planet Labs, and Amazon's Project Kuiper at the forefront. These firms aim to bridge the connectivity gap, especially in underserved regions where traditional infrastructure is lacking. By developing satellite constellations, groups of satellites working in concert, these companies can enhance communication and data services, providing broadband internet access to remote areas and facilitating IoT Internet of Things connectivity. Key players. 1. SpaceX. Founded in 2002, SpaceX has been a pioneer in the satellite industry, launching its first batch of Starlink satellites in 2018. The Starlink project aims to create a network of thousands of satellites to provide high-speed internet globally. 2. OneWeb. Established in 2012, OneWeb aimed to launch a constellation of low Earth orbit LEO satellites. Despite filing for bankruptcy in 2020, it has since been revived and continues to work towards its mission of global internet coverage. 3. Planet Labs. Focused on Earth observation, Planet Labs operates a fleet of small satellites that capture high-resolution images of the Earth's surface, providing valuable data for various sectors including agriculture, forestry, and urban planning. For Amazon's Project Kuiper, announced in 2019, this initiative aims to deploy a constellation of LEO satellites to offer broadband internet services, particularly to underserved communities. 5. Other emerging firms. Numerous startups are entering the market, each contributing unique solutions to the growing demand for connectivity and data services. Use cases and applications. The applications of these satellite constellations are diverse and impactful. They are being utilized for 1. Broadband internet access. Satellite constellations provide high-speed internet to remote and rural areas, enabling access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunities that were previously out of reach. 2. Disaster recovery communication. In the aftermath of natural disasters, satellite communication can be quickly deployed to restore connectivity, helping coordinate relief efforts and provide critical information to affected populations. 3. IoT connectivity. The growing number of connected devices requires reliable communication infrastructure. Satellite networks can facilitate IoT applications in agriculture, transportation, and smart city initiatives. 4. Global data transfer. Satellite constellations enable seamless data transfer across the globe, supporting businesses and governments in various sectors including finance, logistics, and environmental monitoring. Key developments and timeline. The development of private satellite firms can be traced through several key milestones. 2010s, the groundwork for satellite constellations was laid by early entrants like SpaceX, which sought to revolutionize space access and communications. 2018, SpaceX launched its first batch of Starlink satellites, marking a significant step in the aggressive deployment of satellite networks. 2020, OneWeb's bankruptcy highlighted the financial challenges faced by satellite startups despite the promising potential of the market. 2021 onwards, a wave of companies including Amazon's Project Kuiper and several emerging firms began or announced plans to deploy large constellations of satellites, further intensifying competition in the sector. Common themes. Innovation in technology. The rise of private satellite firms is characterized by innovation, particularly in satellite design and launch technology. Key advancements include small satellites, smallsats, these compact and cost-effective satellites are easier to manufacture and launch, allowing companies to create large constellations more efficiently. Reusable rocket systems. Companies like SpaceX have pioneered reusable rockets, drastically reducing the cost of launching satellites and enabling more frequent launches. Regulatory challenges. As the number of satellites in orbit increases, concerns regarding space debris and regulatory frameworks have come to the forefront. The industry faces challenges such as space debris management, with thousands of satellites planned for deployment. Managing space debris and ensuring the long-term sustainability of space activities is critical. Regulatory compliance. Companies must navigate complex regulatory environments, including licensing requirements and international agreements to operate their satellite networks. Partnerships and collaborations. To enhance capabilities and market reach, many startups are forming partnerships with governments, larger tech firms, and research institutions. Collaborations can provide access to funding, technological expertise, and regulatory support. Differences between sources. The information available from various sources highlights different aspects of the satellite industry. Technological advancements. Some sources focus on the innovative technologies driving the industry, emphasizing their potential to reshape global connectivity. Economic potential. Others analyze the economic implications of satellite constellations, discussing their potential to stimulate growth in underserved regions. Regulatory challenges. Certain sources emphasize the regulatory hurdles and concerns about space debris, providing a more cautious outlook on the industry's growth. Case studies. Some reports offer detailed case studies on specific companies and their projects, while others provide broader overviews of the industry landscape. Conclusion. The rise of private satellite firms represents a transformative shift in global communication, marked by rapid innovation and a commitment to universal connectivity. As these companies continue to develop and deploy satellite constellations, their impact on global communication, economic development, and technology will be profound. By providing access to high-speed internet, facilitating disaster recovery, and enabling IoT connectivity, these firms are not just reshaping how we communicate, they are redefining the possibilities for millions around the world. As the sector evolves, addressing regulatory challenges and ensuring sustainable practices will be crucial for the long-term success of private satellite firms. The future of global communication will likely be dominated by these constellations, connecting people and communities across the globe in ways previously thought impossible. The rise of private satellite firms is reshaping global communication in ways that might not be immediately apparent. While many observers focus on the technological advancements and the potential for increased connectivity, several counterintuitive aspects emerge from the context of this transformation. 1. Diverse motivations for launching satellite networks. At first glance, one might assume that the primary motivation for these companies is profit through broadband services. However, many firms are also driven by geopolitical considerations, aiming to establish national or corporate dominance in space. For instance, strategies that prioritize military applications or national security aspects may be as important as commercial interests, creating a landscape where competition is fueled by more than just market dynamics. 2. Economic disruption in traditional telecommunications. The entry of private satellite companies into the communication market might seem like a boon for consumers through competition and innovation. However, it also poses significant risks for traditional telecom operators who may struggle to adapt to a model where satellite-based services provide similar or superior coverage without the need for extensive terrestrial infrastructure. This could lead to a consolidation of the telecommunications industry, countering the expectation that more players would mean more choices for consumers. 3. Environmental concerns versus connectivity goals. While the push for global connectivity through satellite constellations is presented as a humanitarian effort, this ambition raises significant environmental concerns. The increase in satellite launches contributes to space debris, which poses risks not only to other satellites but also to the future of space exploration. This duality presents a paradox. The very technology intended to enhance communication could jeopardize the sustainability of space activities. For regulatory challenges and innovation stifling, many assume that regulatory frameworks will naturally evolve to accommodate new technologies. However, the rapid pace of satellite deployment outstrips the ability of regulatory bodies to keep up. This can lead to a chaotic environment where some companies may operate without sufficient oversight, creating safety and operational risks. Conversely, overly stringent regulations could stifle innovation, limiting the growth of new entrants who could otherwise diversify the market. 5. Inequality in access to technology. The narrative surrounding satellite internet often emphasizes the promise of connecting remote and underserved areas. However, the reality may be more complex. High costs associated with satellite technology might exacerbate existing inequalities, as wealthier regions or populations could afford better services while poorer areas remain underserved. Thus, the expectation of universal connectivity may not materialize as envisioned. 6. Overestimation of demand for satellite internet. There is a prevalent assumption that demand for satellite-based internet will continue to grow exponentially. However, this overlooks potential saturation points in markets where terrestrial services are already well established. In these areas, consumers might prefer to stick with existing providers rather than switch to potentially more expensive satellite alternatives, leading to a scenario where the projected customer base for satellite firms may not reach anticipated levels. 7. Technological dependence and vulnerability. As satellite networks become integral to global communication, there is an emerging concern about the over-reliance on these technologies. Should a major constellation experience catastrophic failure or be targeted by malicious actors, the implications for global communications could be severe. This vulnerability contrasts with the perception of satellites as robust and fail-safe solutions. 8. The role of partnerships. It might be assumed that the competitive nature of the satellite industry would lead to isolationist strategies among firms. However, many companies are increasingly recognizing the value of collaboration, forming partnerships not only with governments but also with other private entities. This could foster innovation and accelerate development, but also lead to monopolistic tendencies where a few players dominate the market. 9. Cultural shifts in communication. The introduction of satellite internet is often framed as a straightforward technological upgrade. However, it could also catalyze significant shifts in how societies communicate and interact. Expectations for instantaneous connectivity may lead to changes in social dynamics, work habits, and even interpersonal relationships, changes that are difficult to quantify and predict. 10. Misalignment of expectations and realities. There is a common belief that satellite internet will offer a seamless solution comparable to fiber optic services. In reality, latency issues and bandwidth limitations inherent in satellite technology could lead to experiences that fall short of user expectations, fostering disillusionment rather than satisfaction. These counterintuitive insights highlight the complexity of the landscape surrounding private satellite firms and their impact on global communication. As the industry evolves, understanding these nuances will be crucial for stakeholders, including policymakers, investors, and consumers, to navigate the challenges and opportunities presented by this rapidly changing sector. The report on the rise of private satellite firms highlights significant developments in global communication, yet several important aspects may be overlooked by the general public. Here are key points that warrant deeper exploration along with their implications. 1. Economic disruption and market dynamics. Significance. The entry of private satellite firms into a market traditionally dominated by government entities and established aerospace companies is a notable shift. This disruption could lead to more competitive pricing and innovative services, fostering an environment where smaller players can thrive alongside giants like SpaceX and Amazon. Implication: a more competitive satellite market can lead to reduced costs for consumers and businesses seeking connectivity, especially in underserved areas. This democratization of access can drive economic growth in regions previously hindered by poor infrastructure. 2. Technological advancements beyond launch capability. Significance. While much focus is placed on the launch vehicles and satellite constellations, the underlying technologies such as advanced signal processing, artificial intelligence for data management, and enhanced cybersecurity measures are equally crucial. These innovations can optimize satellite operations and improve service quality. Implication: enhanced technologies can lead to better reliability and security in satellite communications, which are vital for everything from personal data safety to critical infrastructure management. As reliance on satellite services increases, ensuring robust cybersecurity will be essential to prevent potential threats. 3. Space debris and environmental concerns. Significance: the growing number of satellites raises concerns about space debris and its impact on both current and future space missions. While companies are aware of these issues, the potential for catastrophic collisions and the long-term sustainability of space operations is often underreported. Implication: if not addressed, the problem of space debris could lead to regulatory pushback and increased costs, as companies may have to invest in mitigation strategies. Furthermore, a failure to manage debris could threaten the very infrastructure being developed for global communication, jeopardizing investments and advancements in the sector. 4. Regulatory framework and international cooperation. Significance: the regulatory landscape surrounding satellite launches and operations is complex and varies significantly by region. The need for international cooperation in establishing frameworks for space traffic management and frequency allocation is critical, yet often overlooked. Implication: a fragmented regulatory environment can lead to operational challenges for companies looking to deploy satellites globally. The establishment of cohesive international regulations will be crucial for the long-term viability of satellite networks and to prevent conflicts over orbital slots and frequency bands. 5. Social impact and digital divide. Significance: the implications of satellite technology extend beyond mere connectivity. They can play a vital role in bridging the digital divide, particularly in developing nations where internet access is limited. The ability to provide broadband services can transform education, healthcare, and economic opportunities. Implication: if satellite firms successfully address the connectivity needs of underserved populations, the resulting social uplift could lead to significant changes in socioeconomic dynamics. However, if these services remain unaffordable or inaccessible, the divide may persist or even widen, leading to greater inequality. 6. Partnerships with governments and NGOs. Significance: collaborations with governmental bodies and non-governmental organizations (NGOs) can enhance the reach and efficacy of satellite services. Such partnerships can facilitate the deployment of services in disaster-stricken areas or remote locations where traditional infrastructure is lacking. Implication: successful partnerships can amplify the impact of satellite services, enabling rapid response in emergencies and supporting humanitarian efforts. The ability to leverage satellite technology for social good can enhance a company's reputation and market position. 7. Impact on traditional telecom industries. Significance: the advent of satellite internet services poses both a challenge and an opportunity for traditional telecommunications companies. As satellite technology matures, these firms may need to adapt or risk losing market share. Implication: traditional telecom firms could face pressures to innovate their offerings or collaborate with satellite companies to provide hybrid solutions. This evolution can lead to improved services for consumers but may also precipitate job losses in traditional sectors. 8. Educational and research opportunities. Significance: the rise of private satellite firms opens avenues for educational institutions and researchers to engage with satellite technology. There is a growing need for expertise in satellite operation, data analysis, and regulatory affairs. Implication: increased educational programs focused on satellite technology can cultivate a skilled workforce capable of driving future innovations in the sector. Moreover, research institutions can leverage satellite data for various applications from climate monitoring to urban planning. In summary, the transformation of global communication through private satellite firms presents multifaceted opportunities and challenges that extend beyond the mere deployment of technology. Understanding the broader implications of these developments, economic, environmental, regulatory, and social, will be crucial for stakeholders across industries as they navigate this rapidly evolving landscape. As these companies continue to innovate and expand their reach, their impact on global connectivity and communication will only deepen, necessitating a comprehensive examination of both the benefits and potential pitfalls associated with this burgeoning sector. 1. Overview of private satellite firms. The emergence of private satellite firms marks a pivotal shift in global communication. Companies like SpaceX, OneWeb, and Planet Labs are at the forefront, launching satellite constellations designed to provide global internet coverage and facilitate data transfer. This trend is driven by technological advancements, allowing these firms to innovate rapidly and address growing demands for connectivity. The implications of this shift extend beyond mere communication. They promise to reshape economic landscapes, particularly in underserved regions where traditional infrastructure fails to meet demand. 2. Use cases and applications. The applications of these satellite networks are diverse and impactful. From enabling broadband internet access in remote areas to supporting disaster recovery communication and enhancing IoT connectivity, the potential benefits are significant. High-speed internet access in previously underserved regions can catalyze economic development and improve quality of life, highlighting the importance of these satellite constellations in bridging the digital divide. This aspect of the satellite industry emphasizes the transformative power of technology in creating equitable access to information and resources globally. 3. Regulatory challenges and sustainability. As the number of satellites in orbit increases, so do the challenges associated with space debris and the sustainability of space operations. Regulatory frameworks are struggling to keep pace with the rapid expansion of satellite constellations, raising concerns about the long-term implications for space safety. Private firms are collaborating with international bodies to establish guidelines and best practices aimed at mitigating these risks. This focus on sustainability is crucial for the future of satellite communication, as it will determine the viability of continued launches and operations in increasingly crowded orbits. 4. Innovation in technology and partnerships. The satellite sector is characterized by continuous innovation, particularly in the development of small satellites and reusable rocket systems. These advancements have led to reduced costs and increased launch frequency, democratizing access to satellite technology. Additionally, partnerships between startups, governments, and established tech companies are becoming increasingly common, enhancing capabilities and expanding market reach. Such collaborations not only bolster the technological framework of satellite operations but also facilitate knowledge sharing and resource pooling, which are essential for navigating the complexities of the aerospace industry. In summary, the rise of private satellite firms is fundamentally reshaping global communication through innovation, diverse applications, regulatory challenges, and strategic partnerships. The ongoing evolution of this sector is likely to have profound implications for connectivity, economic development, and the future of technology in our increasingly interconnected world. 1. The development of the Global Positioning System (GPS). The origins of GPS can be traced back to the 1960s, when the U.S. Department of Defense initiated a program to develop a satellite navigation system. The first experimental satellite Transit 1B was launched in 1960, leading to the establishment of the Navstar GPS system in the 1970s. By 1995, the system became fully operational, allowing for precise location tracking across the globe. This transformation in satellite technology has had profound implications for various sectors, including transportation, military operations, and mobile communications, much like the rise of private satellite firms that are currently changing global communication landscapes. 2. Iridium Satellite Network. Launched in 1998, the Iridium satellite constellation was designed to provide global mobile voice and data coverage. It initially faced financial difficulties and filed for bankruptcy in 1999 due to high operational costs and low subscriber uptake. However, after restructuring and investments, the service was revived. Today, Iridium supports various applications including maritime and aviation communication, showcasing how satellite technology can reconfigure global connectivity despite initial setbacks. This case parallels the challenges faced by modern private satellite firms as they navigate market entry and sustainability. 3. The Hubble Space Telescope. Launched in 1990, the Hubble Space Telescope represents a significant technological achievement in satellite deployment. Designed to observe astronomical phenomena from space, Hubble has provided invaluable data, revolutionizing our understanding of the universe. It faced initial challenges, including a flawed mirror that required servicing missions. Over time, Hubble's success has driven advancements in satellite technology and applications, influencing subsequent projects and innovations. Similar to the rise of private satellite firms, Hubble's journey from concept to operational instrument illustrates the potential of satellite technology to reshape our understanding and connectivity on a global scale. The future of global communication is poised for a revolutionary transformation driven by the rapid rise of private satellite firms. These companies are not merely participants in the space industry, they are redefining how we connect, communicate, and interact with the world. Here are key predictions for the future of this sector and its implications for global communication. 1. Expansion of satellite constellations. The deployment of satellite constellations will continue to accelerate. By 2030, we can expect numerous companies to have completed their planned constellations, providing robust global internet coverage. This includes not only major players like SpaceX and Amazon, but also new entrants that will emerge to capitalize on the growing demand for connectivity. As a result, rural and underserved areas will gain unprecedented access to high-speed internet, driving economic development and bridging the digital divide. 2. Integration of advanced technologies. The integration of advanced technologies will play a crucial role in enhancing satellite capabilities. Innovations in artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning will enable smarter satellite operations, optimizing data routing and improving service reliability. Additionally, advancements in quantum communication could lead to more secure communication channels, which will be vital for sectors such as defense, finance, and healthcare. 3. Enhanced IoT connectivity. The Internet of Things (IoT) will experience significant growth as satellite firms enable better connectivity for IoT devices. By 2035, it is predicted that the number of connected IoT devices will exceed 50 billion globally. Satellite networks will facilitate the deployment of IoT solutions in remote areas, supporting applications such as smart agriculture, environmental monitoring, and disaster management, thus fostering innovation across various sectors. 4. Collaboration and partnerships. To navigate the complexities of the satellite landscape, collaboration will become increasingly important. Expect more partnerships between private satellite firms, tech giants, and governments. These collaborations will focus on regulatory compliance, spectrum sharing, and joint ventures to enhance technological capabilities. Such alliances will also help address challenges related to space debris and sustainable practices in satellite deployment. 5. Regulatory evolution. As satellite constellations proliferate, regulatory frameworks will need to evolve. By 2030, we will likely see the establishment of more comprehensive international regulations governing satellite launches, operations, and end-of-life disposal. This will address concerns over space debris and ensure sustainable practices in satellite deployment. Furthermore, countries may establish stricter guidelines for data privacy and security, particularly as satellite networks become integral to critical infrastructure. 6. Economic impact and job creation. The rise of private satellite firms is expected to have a significant economic impact. The global satellite industry could reach a valuation of over $500 billion by the end of the decade. This growth will translate into job creation in engineering, manufacturing operations, and support services. Educational institutions will respond by expanding programs in aerospace engineering and satellite technology to prepare the workforce for these emerging opportunities. 7. Emerging markets and global connectivity. Emerging markets will be key beneficiaries of the satellite communication revolution. By 2030, countries in Africa, Asia, and Latin America will see accelerated economic growth due to improved connectivity. This will enable access to education, healthcare, and e-commerce, facilitating social and economic development. Private satellite firms will play a crucial role in supporting these initiatives, creating tailored solutions for local needs. 8. New business models and market dynamics. The business models for satellite communications will diversify. Subscription-based models, pay-per-use services, and partnerships with telecom operators will become commonplace. Additionally, competition among satellite firms will drive innovation and lower prices for consumers. As more players enter the market, we may also see mergers and acquisitions as firms seek to consolidate resources and expand their market reach. 9. Impact on traditional telecoms. Traditional telecommunications companies will face increased competition from satellite providers. By 2035, it is anticipated that satellite internet services will challenge traditional broadband providers, particularly in rural areas. This shift will force telecoms to innovate and improve their offerings, potentially leading to a more consumer-friendly market. 10. Global cooperation in space. Finally, the future of satellite communication will foster greater international cooperation in space. As nations recognize the importance of space-based technologies for global communication, we may witness collaborative efforts to establish norms and regulations. This could lead to frameworks for international cooperation in satellite launches, data sharing, and joint ventures in space exploration. Conclusion. The rise of private satellite firms is set to transform global communication dramatically. As this sector evolves, it will not only enhance connectivity but also drive economic growth, foster innovation, and promote international cooperation. The future promises a more interconnected world where communication barriers are minimized and opportunities for development are maximized. The journey from concept to constellation is just beginning, and its implications will resonate across the globe for years to come.